too was a different experience. Today I decided to sit in solidarity with my brothers and sisters while they went through their ayahuasca experience, and it was definitely a different experience. Today we did a hape ceremony, and what that is, you lay on your back, and they take some tobacco, and they have it in a liquid form, and they take a spoon, and they put it up each nostril. It's supposed to clear your pathways. It's also supposed to ground you. It stings, it burns. Some people did it like 3 or 4 times. I did it once and I was like, fine, I'm done. And then my friend beside me, he's like, I'm going again. I'm like, all right, go ahead. And he went, and so I decided, okay, well, if he's going to go again, I'm going to go again too. So I went and I did it twice, and it was good. It actually gives you this jolt of energy. Obviously, because it's tobacco, right? So it's going to give you energy. After that, well, was yoga and then lunch, and I'm terrible at yoga. It was very embarrassing, but I gave it a shot anyways. And then there was this kind of painting with spirit activity, but I was so tired, I guess from last night's Aya ceremony, that got no sleep. I mean, we're running on very little sleep here. So I was like, I'm going to skip that, and I went straight to bed. And I had a good nap. Then got up, and because I was not doing ayahuasca tonight, was able to have dinner, because usually you cannot eat after 3 p.m., and you cannot drink after 5 p.m., so I was able to have a good dinner, just like the freshest food you can imagine. I mean, food here kills anything out where I live in Canada, so yeah, the food's just amazing. Then I went to the ayahuasca ceremony, and interestingly enough, I was more worried about tonight than I was about the previous night, because it's one thing to be in it with everyone else, because you take ayahuasca, you know, there's a lot of moaning, there's groaning, there's wailing, there's purging, and you're part of that. Yeah, you get what everyone's going through because you're going through the same thing. It's a totally different thing when you're not taking Aya and you're sitting and people beside you are having experiences. So I had a little bit of trepidation, and when I walked into the ceremony, someone said to me, oh, so you're not taking it. I wonder what that's going to be like. I'm like, it's probably going to be a bit different. And one of the facilitators, he was like, no expectations. Have no expectations. I was like, yeah, you're right, no expectations. So the ceremony began. And the ayahuasca doesn't just wear off. You know, it was in me all day today. I could feel it working through me, still talking to me. I decided to do what they say. They have the 4 pillars, and, a couple of them are you sit up straight, you breathe, and you listen to the ikutos, which is the music. And that's how you can keep yourself centered throughout the ceremony and not get too lost. And also what's very important is intention. So I was not aware that I was supposed to have an intention tonight. I thought I was just going to sit and keep space for everyone, possibly have an experience. But when it came time for the ceremony to begin, everyone goes and they grab their Aya and they drink it. When I went up, I was told to go up, and he's like, state your intention in your mind. I was like, I didn't know I was supposed to have one. So I stated my intention, and my intention was I want to be here for my brothers and sisters in whatever way they need me. So I went back to my mat, and the ceremony began, and I did have an experience. I've been known to have, well, I haven't been known, only I know, but I've been having visions for a long, long, long time. Probably more than a decade, I'd say. Yeah, longer than a decade. A lot of different visions, and that's going to be in a separate video one day. I'll talk about those. But I didn't expect that to happen during the ceremony, but it did. So I'll kind of go through some of the moments in the ceremony where I had visions. At the beginning, there was definitely orbs floating everywhere. Beautiful colored orbs. And it's so crazy. I've had these visions with orbs a lot in my life. But they're usually like in meditation or when I've got my eyes closed. But this was different. It wasn't that. It was like my eyes were wide open and these orbs were just floating everywhere. And they felt like, yeah. And again, you have to use intuition with this kind of stuff because you're never really going to know. But at the same time, with some intuition, you just know. Some people understand what I mean by that. So these orbs started coming down and from the ceiling, and they were just like slowly coming down. Beautiful purple and blue. It felt like they were just like these interested spirit entities. They were just interested in what was going on. That was what was divinated to me, was that they were interested and they wanted to be a part of it and they wanted to see and they wanted to observe. That was kind of cool. Also, there was another vision that happened. I can't get into too much detail because this is something else I want to talk about at some other point. But there were these two beings that showed up and they opened, I guess, the universe to me. He showed it to me. And again, my eyes are wide open while this is happening. These two beings have been a part of my life, in past years. So to see them again and to see them open up the universe, to show me, someone's coughing their guts out outside, Ayahuasca. So to see them open up the universe to me and show me the infinite universe was just amazing. Because they gave me a message years ago and I was never able to understand what that message was. And tonight they showed me what that message was. So cool, because for years I've been trying to ask myself, what were they trying to tell me? I don't get it. And tonight they showed me what that message was. And the message was that everything is infinite. The universe is infinite. And it's one thing, I say this to people all the time, it's one thing to say things like this. It's another thing to understand it and realize it and feel it and know it. And when you know it, it's a whole different thing. Because it's no longer like some sort of thesis you're writing on. Why is the universe infinite? And you're trying to explain it. No, you feel it. It's a experience you're having. And that's a totally different thing. So to see that and to understand that was awesome. I was very thankful for that. Right after that, it was just lots of light and this kind of portal opening. It was, again, I've had experience with that in the past too. So that was happening as well. There was another vision of, and again, I've had these visions for years and years and years. And now I think I know what it means. But the wall in front of me turned into someone's coughing their guts out. The wall in front of me turned into this Incan art. Now, I've had that happen to me many, many, many times before at home. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I don't get it. What are you trying to show me? Now I got it. Now I understood it. They did things in a way that was congruent with nature. And it was congruent with the laws of the universe. And I believe now that I was shown all these things in the past so I could come here. And that was just validation. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, yes, I was supposed to come here. And that's why I was seeing that this whole time for years and years and years. So that was kind of cool to see all this Incan rock formations, like rock art, start to appear in front of me. Oh, there's also two light being type figures that I saw, just kind of hanging out, which was kind of neat. But the best part was when we reached close to the end of the ceremony. The way the ceremony goes, there's a lot of ups and downs, and the shaman do that on purpose with their Iquitos. They give you music, and the music kind of creates, at least for me, what it did is that it brought up certain traumas for me to deal with. And once I dealt with it, they stopped doing the music, and you've got this period of rest, which is so important. So you rest for a little bit. It feels like only 2 or 3 seconds, but it's probably like 10 to 15. But when you're in it, when you've done Aya and you're in it, it can seem like a lifetime, and you're very, very grateful for that time of rest. Trust me. But anyways, by the time you get near to the end, at least here at Arkana, they've got these wonderful musicians, and one of the facilitators is this amazing guitarist. Anyways, he starts playing and singing this beautiful song in Spanish. I don't know what he was saying, but God, I felt so much love come through that. And you can feel the love in the music. And while he was playing, I saw more orbs come down because they loved the music. And then in front of me, the wall turned into stars. It was like I was outside looking at stars. And the stars were just bright and vibrant. And as he was playing, the stars started doing one of these things. Started turning into like a wormhole, I guess you could say. And, but then it started to dance. It started dancing with the music. And it looked like I was having a good time. And I was thinking to myself, oh, God, the universe loves music. The universe loves music. Not all of it. There's some shit music out there, but for what we were hearing, music based in love, and music based in healing, which was that's what the music was for. The stars loved it, and they were just dancing with it. And that was really, really cool. And as the stars were dancing, it reminded me of Alan Watts. If you don't know who Alan Watts is, read his books and listen to his lectures. It's life-changing stuff. And it reminds me of Alan Watts and what Alan Watts says about life, how people are always trying to figure out what the meaning of life is. You know, read books, go to seminars, try and get into religion and try and figure out what is the meaning of life. And Alan Watts says that when someone dances, when you see two people dancing, they're never dancing thinking to themselves, well, what's the point of this? What's the point of us dancing? They dance because they want to dance. They dance because it's fun, it's free, they dance for the dance. They don't dance for any other reason. He says that's what life is. Life is just that. Life is lived for life itself. Life is a dance. And that's what that kind of reminded me of. It reminded me of the stars dancing, reminded me of how, yes, the point of life is life itself. And life is a dance. So that was really cool. We had our food, brought us some food and some tea, and lights came on, and everyone just starts chatting and talking about their experience. So even though I didn't have the ayahuasca tonight, I feel that it was working with me in a way where I have had some questions about some of my past visions and my past experiences, and never really knew what it meant. It was just one of those things where like, wow, cool, that was neat. But now I kind of get it, what it means. It's the universe showing me how complex it is, but also how infinite it is, and how amazing it is. And it's also reminding us of our own power, that we have infinite power to do anything. And how are we using that power? How are we serving humanity with that power? A lot of us aren't. So that was a really good reminder. One of my friends here, he was talking to me about one of his experiences and how he realized that we're so powerful as human beings. and that power is scary. Yeah, and in a way it's right. He's right. We are so powerful. We're capable of so much, but we let our minds get in the way of it. We let society, and we let what people think of us and what people think our path should be. Like, there's so many different things we can get into. After the ceremony, one of the facilitators came and was like, oh, so how was it not drinking Aya? I'm like, we ended up having this really long conversation, and I told him about my experience, and he said, man, that's a gift. He's like, that's a real gift. And I'm back in my room now, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that is a gift. And maybe for a long time, I have been denying my own power in so many different areas. And that's the thing, is like, if you can come here, and if you can walk away with one piece of wisdom, like just a tidbit of wisdom that'll make you be like, I can be 10% happier now, or I can live 10% better. I'm not pushing the book. Someone has the book here, that's why I thought of that. But if you can get one grain of wisdom being here, it's worth it. It really is worth it. Another thing I'm reminded of tonight is the love that these facilitators have for you. You're not going to find this at any ayahuasca retreat. Trust me when I tell you this. There's a lot of people here that have done ayahuasca before at different places. And I'm not saying they have negative things to say, but there's not that much care and attention put into it in a lot of other places. A lot of other places are doing it because it makes good money. A lot of other places are doing it because it has become trendy. But here it's very, very different. It's done with such love and such care. And these shamans, again, the Shipopo people have been doing this for hundreds and hundreds of years. And it's passed down from generation to generation, from father to son to daughter. These people know what they're doing. And they know when you need help. When you need help, they come to you. And they help you. And they calm you down. So to see that from a different perspective tonight, of not taking the ayahuasca, just a reminder of how amazing this place is. So that's all I have to say. And that was my experience. Tomorrow, I'm at Machu Picchu, and then we have a bonfire. A nice day of rest. So, again, if you got through this whole thing, if you even cared that much to get through this whole thing, thanks, I appreciate it. And, yeah, we shall talk again.